गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जी की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा माधव जी की जय। श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जी की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर शत श्री शिल एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर शत श्री शिला भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर शत श्री शिला भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर शत श्री शिला भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर शत श्री शिला भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस अष्टोत्तर शत श्री शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय महाभागवत शिल गौर किशोर दास गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। सप्तम गोसाई श्री शिल सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री शिल जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री गौड़ीय वेदांताचार्य बलदेव विजयभूषण प्रभु की जय। श्रील विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय। श्रील नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु त्राय की जय। श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सद गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। जय तिरुभाव महामहोत्सव तिथि शील जीव गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। शील जीव गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। शील स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदादि गौ पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम आचार्य शील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम सिको श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री अंतरद्वीप मायापुर सीमंत द्वीप गोद्रुम द्वीप मध्य द्वीप खोल द्वीप ऋतु द्वीप जनु द्वीप मोद द्रुम द्वीप रुद द्वीप आत्मक श्री श्री नवद्वीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। जय श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गो गोवर्धन द्वादश वनात्मक श्री ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय। श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद यमुना गंगा तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय। That's for Bopadev, he can play those. Okay. Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Yamuna Ganga Tulsi Bhakti Devi ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda Radha Gopinath Radha Madan Mohan Ji ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Radha Shyama Sundar Radha Raman Radha Damodar Ji ki jai. Jai Shrimati Lalita Vishaka आदि अष्ट सखी वृंद की जय। श्री रूप मंजरी रति मंजरी अनंग मंजरी आदि मंजरी वृंद की जय। श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। श्रीमती पौर्णमासी योगमाया देवी की जय। श्री गोपीश्वर महादेव की जय। सर्वभीष्ट प्रदाता गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र जी की जय। जय भक्ति विघ्न विनाशन श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। चारों धाम चारों संप्रदाय चारों आचार्य की जय। आकर मत राज श्री चैतन्य मत की जाय और अनन्य शकमत समूह की जाय श्री विश्व वैष्णव राज सभा की जाय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय त्रिभुवन पावन हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जाय त्रिभुवन मंगल हरि नाम प्रभु की जाय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जाय श्री सचिनंदन गौर हरि की जाय श्री नित्यानंद महाजन की जाय श्री पंच तत्व की जाय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जाय समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे Hari Hari Bo. Shri Jagadish Pandit Prabhu Disappearance Day Ki Jai. And also our god brother, Srila Bhaktivedanta Ban Maharaj, his appearance day is today. And there's a little festival there. That's why we're here, because we couldn't use that room today, his bhajan kutir. So all glories to Srila Bhaktivedanta Ban Maharaj ki jai. So we'll do the Mangala Charan all together. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Namane Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Acharya Singha Rupane Shri Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Bhakti Pragyana Keshava iti Namane Atimaratya Charitraya Svasrita Nanchapalane Jiva Dukke Sadartaya Shri Nama Premadayane Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ti Namane Shivarshavana Videvi Taitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Ujjvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dinatarane Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvantaharane Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambhara Sambodhe Padambu Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namane Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Namo Mahabhajanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Tishe Namaha Nityanandam Namastubhyam Premananda Pradayane Kalo Kalmashanashaya Janava Pataye Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikakta Radhakanta Namostute Taptakanshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Suruto Pangor Mama Mandamater Gati Matsarvasvapadam Bojo Radha Madana Mohanam Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Shrimad Ratnagar Singhasanasto Shrimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshtalabhi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamshi Vata Tatakstitaha Karshana Venu Sunair Gopir Gopinata Shri Estunaha Brindai Tulsidebai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Go Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. You can lead any Guru song. Do we have something that I can put behind the wheels so that it doesn't roll back?
Oh God, what is there?
Not you.
There must be some...
No, not the chair. Bring the chair over there in case another person comes and wants to sit.
God, I can't...
Like a brick or something? Or how about that box underneath the bed? I don't know, let's see. Got it?
Oh, yes. Oh, wait, here. This is the chair.
Oh, okay. Seems to be working. Okay. Jai Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Jagadish Pandita ki jai. Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki jai.
Shri Guru Chana Parma or?
Sure.
Okay. Shri Guru Charana Parma Kevala Bhakati Sarma
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati
Sharma Vandamoi Savadhana Mate
Vandamoi Savadhana Mate
Jahara Prasare Bhai Bhavata Riya Jai Jara Prasare Bhai Bhavata Riya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoyte
Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoyte
Guru Mukha Parma Vakya Chitte Koriya Agya
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Koriya Aikya
Yarna Kori Ho Mane Asha
Arna Kori Ho Mane Asha
Yarna Kori Ho Mane Asha
Arna Kori Ho Mane Asha
Shri Guru Charane Rati Eshe Utama Gati
Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Utama Gati
Jai Prasare Pure Sarva Asha
Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha
Chakshudan dila je janme janme Prabhu se
Chakshudan dilo je janme janme Prabhu se
Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita
Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita
Prema Bhakti Jaha hoite Avidya Vinasha jate
Prema Bhakti Jaha hoite Avidya Vinasha jate
Tere Gai Jahara Charita
Vede Gai Jahara Charita
Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janar Bandhu
Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janar Bandhu
Lokanath Lokera Jivana
Lokanath Lokera Jivana
Aha Prabhu Kar Daya Deho More Pada Chaya
Aha Prabhu Kara Daya Deho More Pada Chaya
Shri Guru Dev Kar Daya Deho More Pada Chaya
Shri Guru Dev Kara Daya Deho More Pada Chaya
Tua Parelo Eno Sharana
Dua Padilo Inu Sharana
Aye Bejas Kukshuk Tribhuvana
Ede কুশত্রিভুবন
জয় গুরুদেব 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 জয় গুরুদেব
জয় গুরুদেব 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 জয় গুরুদেব
জয় প্রভু পার প্রভু পার প্রভু পার জয় প্রভু পার
জয় প্রভু পদ প্রভু পদ প্রভু পদ জয়
হরি তাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল
হরি বল হরি বল
হরি বল
হরি বল কীর্তন শ্রী কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য হরে কৃষ্ণ
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunatha
Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunatha
Jai Goshai Kori Charana Vandana Jaha hoite Vigna Nash Abhishta Pura
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandan Jaha hoite Vigna Nash Abhishta Pura
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Jiva Goswami Prabhu Jiva Goswami Prabhu Jiva Goswami Jaya
Jiva Goswami Prabhu Jiva Goswami Prabhu Jiva Goswami
Jaya Jagadisha Pandit Jagadisha Pandit Jagadisha
Jaya Jagadish Pandit Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Jagadish Pandit Jaya Jagadisha
Jaya Sapashara Jaya Gora Hare Sapashara Jaya Gora Hare
Jaya Saparshada Jaya Gaura Hari Saparshada Jaya Gaura Hari
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhupada Jaya
Sai
Prabhupada
Hari Bol Nitai Gaur
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari
Hari Sai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari
Hari Bol So first of all, I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Gurudev Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Ashtatarasata Sri Shila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. And then I'm offering my same unlimited Dandavat pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Siksha Gurudevs, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad, Paramahansa Asto Tarasata Sri Shila. Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj and Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Astatarasata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I offer my Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of all my Sri Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga, and especially on this holy disappearance day, Tirobhav Mahamahotsav Titi of Srila Jiva Goswami Pad. I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat pranams and praying at his lotus feet that he can bless us, that we can one day become actual followers of the Rupa Nuga Sampradaya. Also today is the disappearance day of Srila Jagadisha Pandit. We have some short katha from Srila Bhaktivigyan Bharati Maharaj will read about that, but today we will hear so much glorification of Srila Jiva Goswami Pad from the lotus mouth of our Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And I just wanted to say that we are located today in a different location at Sri Sajan Sevak Ashram. Is that correct?
Gaudia Mat.
Okay. Sajan Sevak Gaudia Mat. And Sajan Sevak, of course, was the brahmachari name of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. So we are here in a very pleasant surroundings, just near to the Ganga, in a village house. Madhukar Prabhu lives here with Subal Prabhu, another brahmachari. And this is a very serene, wonderful, spiritual place. And we even have the fragrance of cow dung coming to us from the cow that is just behind us here, who just gave birth to a calf. And the cow's name is Shyamali. And the calf's name is Padmaganda. It's a male calf. And then there's another cow there that was given, or kind of given, purchased, but kind of given by the village people here, and it's a cow. And the name of that cow is?
Mangala.
Mangala. So can't get more auspicious than this. Right in here in Sri Nabadwip Dham, we're about, 1 or 2 kilometers from our mutt. Can come here very easily, even walking on foot. I think it's about the same distance as from the mutt to Devananda Gaudiya Mutt, about the same distance. So this is my second program here. We had a program last year in the hot season, so I'm very happy to have to relocate here today again. And our usual place is actually the Bhajan Kutir of our Sripad Bhaktivedanta Ban Maharaj, but today is his appearance day, from what I am understanding, by Titi. It's today also. So they're having program there, and for that reason we had to shift over here, but I am very happy about that shift.
Me too.
This is very sweet. All right, so what I'm going to do is, because it's shorter, and I want to spend the most time on Srila Jiva Goswami, because we have some beautiful katha by Gurudev. And so I'm going to first of all read the katha from Srila Bharati Maharaj. So, this is the katha about Sri Jagadish Pandit. He's an important personality. He's a very big VIP in Mahaprabhu's Parikar associates. And how important is he is? We're going to hear about that. That Nimai, when he was just a toddler, he engaged everyone in Hari Kirtan. And until he heard the vibration of the holy names, he wouldn't stop crying. His actions and his sweet words made a deep impression in everyone's heart. And his beauty and charm were so captivating that when Mother Sachi would sing Kirtan, to quiet Nimai down, all the neighboring ladies would gleefully accompany her. So you can imagine that scene. In a village house, right there at the Yog Pit, Mother Sachi was trying to calm down Nimai by singing kirtan, and then all the village ladies came and they also, because they couldn't stay away from that beautiful child. Now one day, however, not even Hari Kirtan could calm Nimai down. Now when Jagannath Mishra inquired, "Oh Nimai, what will make you stop crying? How can we pacify you?" So he replied, "I want a little bit of each of the offerings prepared for the lordships of Jagadish Pandit's house today. Only then will I be appeased." Why? Why? Because Nimai desired to manifest the glory of his devotees, Jagadish Pandit and Hiranya Pandit, who had made many delectable preparations on the day of Ekadasi for their deity. It is ironic that although it was Ekadasi, many preparations were made for the pleasure of their lordships, as generally devotees are accustomed to making less preparations, non-Ekadasi preparations on Ekadasi. Since they themselves, they don't honor them on that day, so the devotees generally make less. And moreover, it is amusing that little Nimai was aware of this fact, especially since Nabadwip, being the capital of the state in those days, was a big city too, and Jagadish Pandit's residence was far away from Jagannath Mishra's. So, for the sake of his son, Jagannath Mishra shamelessly went to Jagadish Pandit's house to fulfill Nimai's rather unusual request. And Nimai's request was unprecedented. What he demanded was neither practiced among men nor sanctioned in the scriptures. Oh, they've got a nice little illustration here of Jagannath Mishra holding the little baby Nimai, and he's eating from the trays held in front of him by Jagadish and Hiranya Pandit. So now, upon seeing Jagannath Mishra, Jagadish Pandit inquired, "What does Nimai have to say? He is constantly crying." So Jagannath Mishra reported, when Jagadish Pandit probed, "Have you tried singing kirtan?" Jagannath Mishra submitted, "Although there has been constant kirtan, it is not sufficient to calm him down today. He has made a rather unusual request. He wants a bit of the many preparations that you have made today for your lordships." And then amazed, Jagadish Pandit said, "Sure enough, please take them. But how is little Nimai aware of so many preparations being made here today? Even my neighbors aren't. So surely Lord Krishna must be residing in Nimai." Interestingly, Jagadish Pandit did not think Nimai was Bhagavan himself, but a place where Bhagavan resides. So Nimai finally relented, and when he received all those offerings, then he was happy. I added that at the end. Now, what else happened with this personality, Jagadish Pandit? Here's a real big one. So Jagannath goes with Jagadish Pandit. That's the title of this next section. Sometime later, when Jagadish Pandit visited Puri for the Lord Jagannath's darshan, he did not feel like returning home. He thought, "It is better if I reside here, and this way I will be able to take Lord Jagannath's darshan every day." So that night, the Lord, who achieves many things through a single action, he appeared to Jagadish Pandit in a dream, and he instructed him, "Take me with you." Then Jagadish Pandit asked, "Will the king allow you to come with me?" Then Lord Jagannath replied, "I will instruct the king, and when my Nava Kalevaram takes place," that means the new body of Jagannath that they do like every 12 years or something. So when that Navakalevara takes place, you take my earlier deity with you. Then Jagadish Pandit exclaimed, how can I carry your massive deity with me all the way home, 600 kilometers away? Then Lord Jagannath assured him, I will become as light as a chickpea, so that you could even carry me in your jhola, in your cloth bag. Don't take me on a rath cart though, as it reminds of how the Pandas abuse me while taking me to the rath. And there is one condition, wherever you place me first, I will reside there forever. So, in reality, Lord Jagannath only used the Panda's example as a pretext to avoid being carried on the rath. So to this day, the Pandas abuse him only as an expression of their love for him. Outsiders may not appreciate it, but Lord Jagannath actually likes it because they do this for his service. They abuse him. Have you seen?
I mean, I've been there. I haven't I haven't been close enough to hear what they say.
Yeah. So then, the king gave the old Jagannath deity to Jagadish Pandit, as per Jagannath's instruction to him. So Jagadish Pandit had almost carried that deity all the way up to his residence, about 600 kilometers from Puri. So until he had to answer nature's call at the village of Yashadagram, he had to answer nature's call in the district of Nadia near the Chakadaha railway station. Now, while wondering what to do, then Jagadish Pandit noticed a Brahmin boy on his way back from a bath in the Ganga, and he requested him to hold the Jagannath deity until he returned. And after some time, the Brahmin began to call out, "Come fast! I can no longer tolerate the weight of this deity." And Jagadish Pandit scampered to get there quickly, but before he could arrive at the spot, the boy had already placed Jagannath on the ground. Here's the picture of that Jagannath. So, when Jagadish Pandit arrived, the deity, manifesting the form of Vishwambar, he smilingly told him, "Look, I told you, wherever you place me first, I will remain there." And he tried very hard to lift the deity, but unsuccessful. Although his house was just 50 to 60 kilometers from that place, Jagadish Pandit didn't return home, and instead he resided there under a banyan tree, and he served the deity. So when the king discovered this, he wasn't happy, as it is inauspicious for any king to let any god or goddess to be inconvenienced within his kingdom. So the king presumed that this was an excuse on behalf of Jagadish Pandit to acquire property to construct a temple. So the king ordered, "You please take the deity to your residence. I cannot allow you to worship him here." Jagadish Pandit asserted, "It is Jagannath's desire, not mine, that he be worshipped here. What can I do?" So such a claim is ordinarily not believable. So the king sent elephants to lift the deity, but they failed as well. The king then pondered, "Oh, I have committed an offense." So he donated a large area of land for the service of the deity, where a temple was constructed. And even a special platform, a mancha, was built for the Dol Yatra in that temple. So those who are in the lineage of Jagadish Pandit, they continued serving the Jagannath deity until Vishwanath Goswami, who was the last descendant, who was without any progeny, he passed on the service in 1962. Now, while he was worried about the continuity of the Lord's service, he was unwilling to hand it over to any non-Brahmana. Then earlier, the Gaudia Mutt had expressed their willingness to take up the service, but Vishwanath Goswami had denied them. And later, upon discovering that my Guru Maharaj was a born Brahmin, he sent a postcard requesting him to take up the service. At that time, we were in Haridwar for the Purna Kumbh Mela of 1962. So upon receiving the postcard, there's this year also the same, right? The Purna Kumbh Mela. Are you going? So upon receiving the postcard, Guru Maharaj called me to discuss. Although he would consult with us for our opinion, he always took the most appropriate decision eventually. But Guru Maharaj always responded to all correspondence in time, and if he could not, he would beg forgiveness for the delay. So I suggested that we write the following. Presently, we are at the Kumbh. Later, we are headed to Delhi, Jaipur, Vrindavan, and then to Calcutta. When I come to Mayapur from Calcutta, I will personally visit your place, and only after assessing, I will be in a position to convey my decision to you. I wrote this, and Guru Maharaj signed it. So when Guru Maharaj reached Chakadaha, the local authorities tried to persuade him to take over the service. But Guru Maharaj told Vishwanath Goswami, you are in the lineage of Jagadish Pandit. Your service is pleasing to Lord Jagannath. Should you need any monetary support, I could send it on a monthly basis so that the service continues. But the Goswami denied. He said, if I were to die untimely, then who would carry on the service? This old. So the present service standard would become extinct, and then thieves would plunder everything away. It was a delicate situation, and extremely burdensome to refuse, especially given the persuasion of the authorities to take up the service. So Guru Maharaj, unable to decide, he proceeded to Mayapur and he asked his senior godbrothers what he must do. Yes, Amazon. Just give to office. Give to office. Yes, give office. Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay. So, he asked his senior godbrothers what he must do. So Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, he said, you don't have service of, which is called Puratana Seva, of any ancient deity. You don't have that. So since it is coming to you of its own accord, so you should accept it. Then suddenly Guru Maharaj thought, alas, I am a Pakandi, I am a hypocrite. Bhagavan desires to accept my service, and yet I am the one to delay it. So after he made the decision to take up the service, I proceeded from Mayapur while Sri Giri Maharaj and Jagmohan Prabhu came from Kolkata. And we completed the registry and other formalities. So later, Guru Maharaj came from Kolkata, along with the party, carrying all the paraphernalia, which was missing there, such as chamra, peacock fan, talis, big plates, conch, etc., to carry out the festivities. Now, since the temple was at a distant location, a Dham Sabha, a religious convention, was organized in the city of Chakdaha at 3 different schools, and many invitations were sent. The response was so overwhelming that the entire ground was occupied. Many disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur spoke in the assembly, including Srila Bhakti Vikas Rishikesh Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, later published Srila Bhakti Vikas Rishikesh Goswami Maharaj's offering in the Chaitanya Vani, where he had quoted this verse, hinting the name of Srila Bhakti Doyata Madhav Maharaj. Here's the verse. Kabe asi Madhava ama koribe sevan. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 4, verse 39. So in that, so this disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati wrote in the Chaitanya Vani, like an offering, and that he quoted this verse, hinting the name of Srila Bhaktidvaita Madhav Maharaj. So, just like Gopal waited for Madhava, right? Who was Madhava? Madhavendra Puri. So Gopal waited for Madhavendra Puri to come and serve him. Similarly, Jagannath also said, Kabayasi Madhava Ama Koribe Sevan. When will Madhava come to serve me? So, since then, the service has been going on. The service was awarded to us on the condition that we celebrate 3 festivals annually. Jagadish Pandit's Viraha Utsav, that's today. Snana Yatra, and Dol Yatra. So Shri Radha Govinda would be taken for the Dol Yatra. There is also a deity of baby Nimai called Gaur Gopal in that temple. Yes. There's a picture here of Srimati Dukini Devi's Gaur Gopal deity. So that deity of baby Nimai is there in that temple. Nimai had drunk the breast milk of Srimati Dukini Devi, who was the wife of Jagadish Pandit, who loved Nimai very much. And she was very much despondent after Nimai accepted sannyas. So he gave her this deity to worship, assuring her that he would be present in that deity. Whoa, pretty powerful deity. Wow. I'll have to go there. So one day, while boiling milk, Srimati Dukini Devi left it unattended. At that time, to prevent it from spilling over, the Gaur Gopal deity went there and stirred the milk. This act burnt his hand, leaving a mark as a testimony to the service that he rendered for his devotee. So then there's one last thing, the annual Viraha Utsav of Jagadish Pandit. Since 1962, Sri Chaitanya Gaudia Math has been serving there. Guru Maharaj used to hold a 3-day festival, and now a 2-day festival is being held for the disappearance day of Jagadish Pandit. Today, the disappearance festival will be held, followed by Nagar Sankirtan, where the same stick with the jhola in which Lord Jagannath was carried, it will be taken out on procession. So today, a special bhog named Malsa Bhog is offered there to Lord Jagannath, Gaur Gopal, Sri Sri Radha Vallabha, and 64 Mahantas in the temple veranda porch. People have deep regard for this bhog, and they come even from distant places to honor that prasad. Now, Malsa Bhog is prepared by first washing, Chivda. They spell it Chivda, but it's Chira, right? Flattened rice. So how is this Malsa Bhog prepared? First washing flattened rice in water, and then adding ghee to it. And after that, gur, sugar, dates, oranges, sugar cane, pieces, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, bear fruit, etc. They are offered as per the niyama for the 64 Mahant Bhog, and each is offered with a different mantra. This is not done in any of our other mats. Now in the Dharma Sabha, the glories of Jagadish Pandit are discussed. Bhagavan engages his devotee in service in order to bestow his mercy. Is Bhagavan bereft of anything? Does he feel hungry? So even though Bhagavan is Purna Vastu, he is complete in himself, but he is hungry for the love of his devotees. So to manifest the love of Jagadish Pandit for him, and to proclaim it to the world, Lord Jagannath requested Jagadish Pandit to take him along and serve him. He willingly left a place where he was getting multiple chapan bhogs a day, and just to bestow his mercy, he settled in a small village. This is Bhagavan's speciality. Whenever he desires to accept service from any particular devotee, he will arrange for it accordingly. Sri Jagadish Pandit and Sri Hiranya Pandit, here's their identities. Jagadish Pandit and Hiranya Pandit, they were the Yagya Patnis. They were the wives of the Vedic Brahmins in Krishna Lila. So I pray at his lotus feet for his mercy today. Gaur Premanande. Wow. Interesting. Did you know that? Or maybe you heard it, but you forgot.
I read it this morning, that's it.
Okay. Yes. All right, so now, all glories to Sri Jagadish Pandit, all glories to Lord Jagannath, all glories to Dukini Devi's deity of Gaur Gopal. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. So, all right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Wait, books. Mm-hmm. So difficult. Okay, Srila Jiva Goswami, this is on a lecture given by our Gurudev on 1st of September 2009, on the appearance day of Srila Jiva Goswami. So Srila Jiva Goswami's father, Anupam, he was the brother of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami. His exalted father and uncles, they were employed by the Muslim ruler, Srila Sanatana Goswami, as the prime minister, Srila Rupa Goswami as the private secretary, and Sri Anupam as the treasurer. So prime minister, private secretary, and treasurer. All three of them met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he came to Ramakeli, where they lived. So as the only son of the three brothers, Jiva received abundant affection. Srila Rupa Goswami was always especially affectionate towards him, and he treated him as if he were his own son. So when Jiva was very young, then Srila Rupa Goswami took him to Mahaprabhu, who blessed him by placing his hand on his head. I want to chant a little bit of the Sad Goswami Ashtakam to focus our attention. So you should go to it on your phones, Sad Goswami Ashtakam, so that you can sing along. Starts with Krishnot Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro. Krishnodkirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamritambo Nidhi Dira Dira Jana Priyo Priyakaro Nirmatsaro Pujito Shri Chaitanya Kripa Baro Bhuvi Bhuvo Bharavahantarako Bande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipuno Sad Dharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanyakaro Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Nandena Mataliko Pandirupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Shri Gauranga Gunanuvarnana Vidho Shraddha Samridhyanvito Papotapanikrinthano Tanubrita Govinda Ganamritai Anandam Buddhivardhanaika Nipuno Kaivalya Nishtarako Pandirupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Pandirupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Tyaktva Turnama Shesha Mandalapati Shrenim Sadatuchavat Bhutva Dina Ganesha Karunaya Kopina Kantashrito Gopi Bhavarasamritabdi Lahari Kallola Magno Muhu Bandirupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Bandirupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Kujat Kokila Hangsa Sarasagana Kirne Mayurakule Nana Ratna Nibadha Mula Vitapa Shri Jukta Vrindavane Radha Krishna Maharnisham Prabhajato Jivarta Doyo Muda Pandirupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva O Pandirupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gananatibi Kalavasani Krito Nidrahara Vihara Kadi Vijito Shatyanta Dino Chayo Radha Krishna Guna Smritir Madhurima Nandena Sammohito Bandhurupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Bandhurupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Radha Kundatate Kalindatanaya Tire Chavam Shivate Premon Madhavashad Ashesha Dashaya Grasto Pramato Sada Gayanto Chakada Harer Gunavaram Bhava Bibhuto Muda Bandiri Pasanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako Bandiri Pasanatano Raghuyago Shri Jiva Gopalako He Radhe Vraja Devi Ki Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kutaha Shri Govardhana Kalpatada Tatale Kalindi Vanye Kuta Goshanta Viti Sarvato Vrajapure Kevai Mahavivalo Bandere Pasanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Bandere Pasanatano Raghuyugo Jiva Gopalako Jaya Jiva Goswami Jaya Jiva Goswami Jiva Goswami Jaya Jiva Goswami Jaya Rupa Sanatan Jaya Rupa Sanatan Rupa Sanatan Jaya Rupa Sanatan Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari Jai Nitai Jaya Gaur Jaya Nitai Jaya Gaur Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Shri Sad Goswami Ashtakam Ki Jai Srila Srinivasa Acharya Ki Jai Shri Six Goswamis Ki Jai Srila Jiva Goswami Pad Tirobhav Mahamahotsav Titi Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. So, question comes. Why is this an important day for us? This disappearance day of Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada. And what is the significance of the role that Jiva Goswami Pad has played in the Rupanuga Sampradaya, in the founding of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Harinam Sankirtan movement in this world, the establishment of all of the Gaudia Vaishnav literatures by the order and the empowerment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where does Jiva Goswami fit in all of this? Now we know that these 6 Goswamis, whose names we just sang many times, they're direct disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they were directly instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are the chief leaders of the Goswamis, the elders. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, what about him? Srila Jiva Goswami is the disciple of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. But he's not only the disciple, he's also blood related. The discipleship is, of course, of higher significance, but nevertheless, this is not insignificant, that he is the son of Rupa and Sanatana's brother, Anupam. So those 3 personalities, they were together in Vrindavan, along with the other 3 Goswamis, which are Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. But Srila Jiva Goswami, he played a very special role in all of this. That's what we're going to hear about. Srila Gurudev is going to be describing to us very nicely. I just read this article before coming. Srila Gurudev is going to describe to us the significance of Jiva Goswami and what he has given for our Sampradaya. So, but one of the services that Jiva Goswami rendered was that he was the scribe. Rupa Goswami would sing the verses. Jiva Goswami would write them. Whatever Rupa Goswami was composing, Jiva Goswami was there at his side. And he would write all of these shlokas. Of course, Rupa Goswami wrote before Jiva Goswami arrived in Vrindavan, but when Jiva Goswami came, then he took that service. He would do the editing work, you see. So, Jiva Goswami, of course, he was the nephew of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. And from his early boyhood, actually Rupa Goswami brought Jiva Goswami there to the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu put his hand on the head of Jiva Goswami when he was just a baby. Yes. And Jiva Goswami was raised with a tremendous amount of auspicious surroundings by his relatives. But what arrangement was made? The arrangement is that Jiva Goswami, he was provided with all facilities, whatever was required, because Rupa and Sanatana knew that he's going to play a very important role. Sometimes our Srila Prabhupada referred to Jiva Goswami as being the greatest scholar that ever lived. So, of course, we know that's a big, really tall order. But in our disciplic succession, no one has written the significant books that the Satsandarbhas of Jiva Goswami, which are considered to be the protective barrier. Just like when you've got something you want to protect against it being plundered and destroyed, you build a big wall around it and a moat, and you protect. Jiva Goswami did that for the Goswami literatures. No one can imagine what great service that is. How great. Even great scholars, they become amazed when they see Jiva Goswami's Satsandarbhas. And so Jiva Goswami has a very significant life because Rupa Goswami made the arrangements to take all of his wealth when he left the service of the Nawab. Then he took his wealth and he divided it up. Of course, that was an exemplary way that he did it. Prabhupada quotes that in Chaitanya Charitamrita. How he divided his wealth into 3 parts. 50%, 25%, 25%. So 50% was given to who? Vaishnavas. Yes, exalted Vaishnavas. Pure Brahmana Vaishnavas. 50% of wealth was given. The other 50% was divided into 2 parts. One part was kept for emergency purposes. And the other part was kept for what? It was kept for the education of Jiva Goswami, mainly. For the maintenance of the family. And so Jiva Goswami, he was given all opportunities for the highest level of education. And actually Jiva Goswami, he had a very mild nature. And he was very attracted from his very early childhood to worshipping the deities, Radha and Krishna. So we also know that Jiva Goswami, when he was approximately 14 years of age, where did he come? Nabadwip Dham, right here. He came to Nabadwip Dham, but by that time, many of the associates of Mahaprabhu had left because they could not tolerate the separation, and there was just too much. So they left Nabadwip, because if they were in Nabadwip, they would not even be able to tolerate being right there where all the pastimes took place. So they moved other places. So when Jiva Goswami came there, who arrived there? Just before he arrived, Nityananda Prabhu. He came from, what's that called, Chakadaha? Or what? Karadaha, yeah. And when Jiva Goswami arrived, Nityananda Prabhu put his lotus feet on his head. And he said, I have come here especially for you. So Nityananda Prabhu took him on Navadvip Dham Parikrama, the first Parikrama. And who envisioned all of that and wrote it down for us? Srila Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Jiva Goswami's Parikrama. And all the dialogue that took place, everything, questions asked by Jiva Goswami. After that, Lord Nityananda gave him very powerful mercy and told him, now you should go to Vrindavan. And there you should live with your 2 uncles, Rupa and Sanatan. And you should remain in Vrindavan. So in that way, that's like a synopsis of Jiva Goswami's history. But I'm reading, wait. Oh, it's in here. Wrong one. Okay, so being the only son of these 3 brothers, Jiva received abundant affection. And Srila Rupa Goswami was always especially affectionate toward him. He treated him as if he were his own son. So when Jiva was still very young, Srila Rupa Goswami took him to Mahaprabhu, who blessed him by placing his hand on his head. Now during childhood, Jiva studied, and soon he learned all logic, Sanskrit grammar, theistic philosophy from the books in his father's home. So before Srila Rupa Goswami and Anupam left household life to retire to Vrindavan, they divided all the family's wealth and property, and they allocated sufficient funds for Jiva to continue his studies. All three brothers realized that he was the only son in their dynasty. He was the only son. So they nurtured him with great affection, and they ensured that he had whatever material facility he required. So Jiva, he had a very soft nature, and as he grew up, he gradually began worshipping the deities of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. He would make garlands for them. He would offer puja to them. He would become immersed in meditation, preferring these activities to playing with other children. When he was about 14 years old, he went to Nabadwip, and by then Mahaprabhu had returned to the spiritual world. And all the devotees of Nabadwip had left and gone elsewhere. So because Nabadwip now brought them all great sadness, Srivas Pandit, Advaitacharya, everyone else had left, and Nabadwip was deserted. So a few days before Jiva's arrival, Sri Nityananda Prabhu had arrived at Srivas Angan from Karadaha. So when Srila Jiva Goswami arrived, Nityananda Prabhu was very pleased to meet him. Nityananda Prabhu placed his feet on Jiva's head, and he said, "I came here just to meet with you, otherwise I would have stayed in Karadaha." He showed Jiva all the places of Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Nabadwip, and then showed him great mercy by ordering him to go and stay with Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatan Goswami in Vrindavan. On the way to Vrindavan, where did Jiva Goswami stop? He stopped in Varanasi, because there he met a disciple of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya who was named Madhusudan Vachaspati. And he was teaching Vedanta, but not the commentary of Shankaracharya, which was famous at that time. Mahaprabhu had refuted that commentary when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya tried to teach it to him. So Madhusudan Vachaspati was a great scholar, and having studied and understood everything which Mahaprabhu had taught to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and to Srila Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis, so he, Madhusudan Vachaspati, was teaching it there. So Jiva Goswami went to his home and he learned all Bhakti Vedanta from him. He also learned Shankaracharya's commentary, because without learning it, he would not have been able to have been unable to refute it. So after studying all of this and fully understanding it, then he proceeded to Vrindavan. There in Vrindavan, Sanatan Goswami placed him in the care of Rupa Goswami, and he stayed near Rupa Goswami's hut at the Radha Damodar temple. Now Rupa Goswami would read everything that he was writing to Jiva Goswami. And one day, while they were in the midst of reading together, an effulgent elderly Brahmin arrived there. This was most likely, judging from his age and his scholarship, Sri Ballabhacharya, who knew Rupa Goswami from the time that Mahaprabhu was in Prayag. And he was approximately the same age as Sri Advaitacharya. So Rupa Goswami would have been the appropriate age to have been his son. So he asked Rupa, "Oh, what are you writing these days?" Then hesitating a little, Srila Rupa Goswami replied, "I am writing a book entitled Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu." Then Ballabhacharya picked up the book. Turning the pages, he said, "Oh, very good. I will look through it and correct any errors." At that time, Jiva Goswami was fanning Rupa Goswami with a leaf from a tal tree. But when he heard Ballabhacharya say this, he felt disturbed. According to him, his Gurudev was being criticized. So later, when he went to the river to fetch water, he met Ballabhacharya, who was just finishing his midday bath. Then Jiva Goswami said, "Oh, Gosai, you said before that you would proofread the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which Rupa Goswami is writing. If you have found any errors precisely, where are they?" So Balabhacharya replied, "How can you understand, child? Have you studied Sanskrit grammar?" Jiva said, "Yes, a little." "Then what could you possibly understand?" So then he said, "Still, please show me any errors that you have detected." And when Balabhacharya showed him an apparent error, a fierce debate commenced between them. Eventually, Jiva Goswami established the point so convincingly that Balabhacharya could neither refute it nor give any answer. When Balabhacharya returned to the Rupa Goswami's hut, then he asked, "Who was that boy who was fanning you? He is very intelligent, extremely learned in the scriptures." So then very humbly and with folded hands, Rupa Goswami replied, "He is the son of my younger brother, and he is also my disciple. He does not know how to behave." Then Balabhacharya said, "No, he is a genius, and in the future he will be very famous." So then soon afterwards, Balabhacharya left. And when Jiva Goswami arrived with the water, Srila Rupa Goswami said to him, to Jiva Goswami, "You are so intolerant that you quarrel with an elderly scholarly Brahmin who kindly proofread something for my own good? Your behavior is unacceptable. Leave now." Imagine that. Rupa Goswami telling to Jiva. So being obliged to obey his guru, Jiva Goswami left Vrindavan. He went to the village of Baigaon to live in a cave infested with crocodiles. And there for some days he remained in the cave doing bhajan and crying, feeling bereft of his guru's affection. He stopped eating and taking water, and within a short time he became emaciated. After some time, Sanatana Goswami happened to visit that village as he was wandering around Vraj. And the local people, they said to Sanatana Goswami, "Oh Baba, we always considered you to be a great bhajananandi. You're always absorbed in bhajan. But a young boy who is even more of a bhajananandi than you, he has come to our village. Day and night he calls out the names of Radha and Krishna and weeps. We take him food, but he refuses it. And he never sleeps either. Day and night he remains immersed in bhajan. We have never seen anything like it." Then Sanatana Goswami could understand that this was Jiva. And immediately he went to him. Reunited, they both wept. And Sanatana Goswami then took him back to Vrindavan, where he said to Rupa Goswami, "O Rupa, the duty of Vaishnavas is to be compassionate to others. Yet you renounced this young disciple of yours who is adorned with so many extraordinary qualities. You should be merciful to Jiva. But instead you banished him. This was a mistake. You should correct it. I am ordering you to quickly call him back." Then hearing this, Rupa Goswami began crying for Jiva, whom he loved so much. When Sanatana Goswami brought Jiva there and placed him in the lap of Rupa Goswami, both guru and disciple wept. Rupa Goswami arranged for Jiva to be treated by the best doctors from Mathura, and gradually Jiva became strong again. From then on, their former practice resumed, with Rupa Goswami giving whatever he wrote to Jiva to proofread. Now later, Srila Jiva Goswami expanded upon and he enhanced the writings of other acharyas. One such acharya, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he had heard Harikatha directly from Srila Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis, who he considered to be his Siksha gurus. And while studying the writings of ancient Vaishnava acharyas, such as Madhva, Ramanuja, Then Gopal Bhatta Goswami selected different points in relation to Sambandha, establishing relationship with Krishna, in relationship to Abhideya, acting in the dealings of that relationship, and Prayojan, achieving. Achieving life's ultimate goal, Prayojan. And he compiled everything into a notebook. So, Srila Jiva Goswami, he learned all of this tattva from Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And then he took the volume which contained all the information on Sambandha, and he enlarged it. He also took the conceptions given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, in Ujjvala Nilamani, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and the other books composed by Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis, and he composed the first Sandarbha. The word Sandarbha, what does it mean? Do you know? We've all heard of the Sandarbhas of Jiva Goswami, but do you know the meaning of the word Sandarbha? A chest of valuable jewels. That's the meaning of Sandarbha. So, of the 6 Sandarbhas, the first 4, Tattva Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha, and Krishna Sandarbha, all these expound Sambandha Gyan. They include knowledge of the Jiva, the illusory energy, and the objective of the Jiva. All this was explained in the first 4 Sandarbhas. In the Tattva Sandarbha, the conception of Praman, the body of evidence, and of Prameya, evidence that is given. So, what is the meaning of Praman? What is the meaning of Praman? In any issue, whose words will we accept as authoritative? Suppose a young boy, he reports that a large fire has ravaged a holy place, and everything has been burned. And then an elderly gentleman, however, he reports that a small fire started in a tea shop there, but was easily contained. So from these conflicting stories, whose words will we accept as authoritative? The young boy or the elderly brahmana, elderly gentleman? So certainly the man's words are more authoritative because he is older and he's more mature than the boy. So this conception of Praman, it relates to many things. Now different people, they may assert their beliefs that this world is real. They may assert their beliefs that this world is real, that their status as human beings or Brahmins is real, or that they are masters of their property. All this false identification and proprietorship causes so much fighting and quarreling. So, these different people may assert like that. Then another man, he will say, all these things are all temporary. So do not bother fighting over them. Instead, do something for your soul and for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are permanent. Now, which of these two opinions will we accept? So, analyzing the relationships between the Supreme Lord, the Jiva, and material existence, Srila Jiva Goswami explained where we should place our faith. He wrote that the Vedas are the sole authority. Vedas are the sole authority, and that any other so-called authority, it lacks credibility. So that which we perceive with our limited senses and our mind, they may be defective. But the words of the Vedas, they cannot be so. Now, Jiva Goswami, in his Bhagavad Sandarbha, he writes, this is kind of like an overview Gurudev is giving of a few of the Sandarbhas. So in the Bhagavad Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami writes that everything that we see, it has the same source. Everything you see, it has the same source. The absolute truth is one. and he is naturally endowed with inconceivable potency. By the power of this potency, he exists within 4 forms. Now we've heard this before. Let's test our memories. What are the 4 forms in which the Absolute Truth, although he's one, but he exists in 4 different forms? What's the first one? Swarup, his original form. Second one, Tad Rupa Vaibhav. That means all incarnations beginning with Baladev Prabhu. Tad Rupa Vaibhav. Third one, Jiva, the living entity. And the fourth one is Pradhan, the illusory energy. So, another example, he is like the sun, which also exists in 4 forms. What's the first one? The original form of the sun god. That's the first form. The second one is the sun disk. So the sun planet itself, and then from a distance we see the sun disk. Then the third one is the rays, and the fourth one, it's reflected light, which is compared to Maya. So Jiva Goswami took parts from the book Brahma Sandarbha. It's called Brahma Sandarbha. He took parts from that book, and he wrote his own Bhagavat Sandarbha, in which he analyzes Brahma Tattva. He establishes the truth about the Supreme Spirit whole. And what does he also do? He refutes the opinions of Shankaracharya in his Bhagavat Sandarbha. The Jiva is not Brahma, an impersonal God. If Brahma is the absolute truth, which is full in knowledge, as some say, then how did it separate into billions of living entities and become bound within material existence? That's the question, you stupid Mayavadi. What's the question? If what? Brahma Tattva, the Supreme Spirit whole. So they like to say that the Jiva is that Supreme Brahma, right? So, but if Brahma is the absolute truth, if Brahma, that Jiva, and if that's the absolute truth, which is full in knowledge, as some say, then how did it separate into billions of living entities and then become bound within material existence? Shankaracharya, he states that it was covered over by Maya. But then, here's the question. If Shankara is saying that the Jiva, that the Brahma is covered over by Maya, and if there's no separate entity known as Maya, and that all is the one Brahma, so where could this other object known as ignorance have come from? Huh? Because Shankaracharya is stating that the Jiva, Brahma, is covered over by Maya, right? And then Brahma thinks that now he has all these separate existences as billions of jivas. But the question is, where did this separate entity that he calls Maya, where did it come from? If there is no separate entity known as Maya, and that all is the one Brahma, then where could this other object known as ignorance have come from? So refuting all of Shankaracharya's concepts, Srila Jiva Goswami proved that Krishna is Parabrahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the source of Brahma. I remember in the early days when we first were learning, reading Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, and Prabhupada is discussing about Mayavadism and so forth. And then there was some attempt at that time made by the early devotees to quote Srila Prabhupada in his how he was guiding that if we meet Mayavadis, then how do we defeat them? You know, there's a book written by Madhvacharya. That book is called Mayavad Shatadushani, The 100 Faults of Mayavadism. I've never seen the book yet. I want to get a hold of that book. He's describing there are 100 faults. What kind of fault? Logical fault. Like what was just told here. On one hand, Shankaracharya is saying that there's nothing existing except Brahma, right? But then he says Brahma became covered over by Maya. Or where did Maya come from? So that one mistake makes the entire philosophy completely bogus. Prabhupada, he used to give that kind of an instruction to his, even like people like Nemi Maharaj and others who were very highly educated in university, Oxford, this, that, scientific, you know. Prabhupada would encourage them to go to the university campuses and challenge, you see, and defeat them. But Prabhupada said like this, that if you're having a debate with someone, okay, you enter into a debate, and it's a formal debate. It's like a formal challenge, right? And now there's even witnesses who are watching the debate. So, how is this debate to be conducted? Well, each party has their opportunity to, you know, hear what the other person wants to put forward, and then to counter that in the debate. But Srila Prabhupada gave one technique. I'm sure you'll remember this. He said, when you begin in any debate, the first thing is that you should hear from the other person what is their belief. Then, as you are hearing from them, you mark it in your mind. Here is the fault, the logical fault. Then, when it is your turn to try to respond in that debate, what do? You immediately go to that fault and you point that out. I've defeated you. And then he'll say, no, you haven't defeated me. And he'll go on and on and on and on, trying this and trying that, moving here. But Prabhupada said, you don't budge. You just stick to that one. And eventually he becomes defeated. So, you know, Srila Jiva Goswami, like his sandarbhas, and what he's given is irrefutable logic. No scholar can ever defeat what he has given. So, you know, Jiva Goswami, he also analyzed Paramatma Tattva. So there's the Paramatma Sandarbha. He analyzed the Tattva of the Supersoul. And then in the Krishna Sandarbha, he explained how Krishna alone is the original personality of Godhead. Only Krishna. That's the Krishna Sandarbha. He explained how Krishna is Sarva Shaktiman, all-powerful. He explained how he is an ocean of rasa. He explained how from Krishna the jivas and all else emanate, and how the jivas can achieve his eternal association. He refuted the concept that Krishna is an incarnation of Narayan. Using evidence from the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, he established that Krishna is the original absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead, and that all other incarnations are his plenary partial expansions. All other incarnations are Krishna's plenary partial expansions. So on the basis of scriptural evidence, he reinforced Mahaprabhu's conception, which had been established in the literatures of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. In doing so, he established our sampradaya upon a firm philosophical foundation. He protected the flowing river of rasa by placing large rocks of Siddhanta on both its banks. In that way, no contaminated water of misconceptions could ever enter it. Now, in his Bhakti Sandarbha, he explained many subtle aspects of bhakti. He delineated the 64 types of bhakti. He expertly explained Guru Tattva. He also described Guru Padashraya, the very process of taking exclusive shelter of the Guru, how it should be done, what are its rules and regulations, and so on. If the Guru carefully evaluates the prospective disciple, and the disciple carefully considers the Guru, then a circumstance will never arise where the disciple will have to abandon his Guru. He taught that one should not accept a Guru whimsically. One should accept a Guru in whom he will never lose faith. Otherwise, there will be a problem. One should make sure that he only accepts a Sadguru who is detached from sense enjoyment, who is conversant with all tattva and siddhanta, who is rasik, who is spiritually realized, and who is affectionate towards him. One should examine the Guru carefully, even if this process takes as long as a year. A little bit different from nowadays. Now, Srila Jiva Goswami, I could add something to this. All right. We just heard. What are the qualifications? We know this. We've heard this many, many times. And especially when we were in Srila Gurudev's association, traveling with him all over the world, we would hear it from him directly. But at one point then, Srila Gurudev, about 2 years prior to his departure into Samadhi, then he began to tell us during the Kartik month that now I want that you should, you senior sannyasa, you should begin to initiate. So Kishori Mohan and Sudevi, I remember we were in Gurudev's room at Gopinath Bhavan. Gurudev was telling this and they were like, tears. Gurudev, you've taught us that only the Mahabhagavad Uttam Vaishnava can actually transmit the necessary Bhakti Lata Bij, the potency and all of that. And we've been preaching that all these years, Gurudev. But now you're telling us this. I remember I was right there in front of Gurudev. Gurudev chastised them. Not heavily. What is this? These tears. What is this? Are you babies? Don't you understand that after I go, everything should still continue? So in that way, Gurudev firmly took his stance. There's more to tell. There's more history about all this, okay? One last thing, in Italy, final, 2010, just before Gurudev departed a few months later, we were there with Gurudev, morning walk on a pier in Italy, on a pier that goes out into the lake. And Gurudev would walk on that pier and we would walk with him. It was very big, wide, had vehicles coming and going also. And then at the end of the pier, Gurudev sat down on some bench. And then a conversation ensued wherein Ashram Maharaj, Nemi Maharaj, and mainly they were asking certain specific questions to Srila Gurudev in this regard. And they were trying to clarify and trying to understand what is the position that Guru must have. So then, after Gurudev got up and began walking again, and we were all kind of surrounding Gurudev, and then as he was walking, then I was standing there, and Nemi Maharaj was also standing there. And Gurudev, he stopped slightly, and he said, pointing directly at me, "You will have to do." Then he pointed to Nemi Maharaj, "You will also have to do." And I was completely shocked. And then when Gurudev continued on, I kind of stood there, and I said to Nemi Maharaj, I said, well, maybe next life. But Gurudev did not relent. Gurudev was very, very firm on this. Then he called a meeting in Govardhan, in his room, and he wanted every single sannyasi to be there. And this was not the last year in 2010, because he wasn't even functioning during Kartik that year. It was 2008. And then Gurudev, he said, I am telling you now that I want that you should now begin to initiate while I am still here on the planet. You ever heard this story before? Yeah, this is fact. And all the sannyasis were there. So then Gurudev, he said, I want to oversee while I'm still here. But in that conversation, Pujapad Madhav Maharaj kind of raised some objections to Gurudev that no, because Gurudev was saying, I don't want to be bothered with this anymore. I'm doing my writing. And then there are calls coming, I have to do the initiations and give the mantras. Now I want that they should begin. And Madhav Maharaj tells Gurudev, no, it's not a trouble for you. It only happens once, this, like this. So even though Gurudev was telling that, it did not happen for a number of reasons, while Gurudev was still present. But immediately after, of course. But then the question comes, the question is there. This is a deep topic, because one very important thing to understand is that when Sri Guru gives an order, then what is it? Guru Agya Avacharaniya. You should not question. You follow it. So, but we see that the history of our acharyas, let's go back to Srila Prabhupada himself, to Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, to our Gurudev. Of course, there's a system where an acharya is appointed. Is there not? Srila Vaman Maharaj was appointed as the acharya. And even Gurudev and Tridandi Maharaj, I can't hear you. Yeah, Trivikram Goswami Maharaj. They were also told, but so it ended up that Srila Vaman Maharaj became the acharya. This is the usual system all throughout India from time immemorial, that the next acharya, the successor acharya, will be appointed by the acharya. Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj didn't just appoint the next acharya, he also appointed the successor of that acharya. Who is that? Paryatak Maharaj. Yes. So, but when Gurudev, with his international preaching mission, with hundreds, thousands of devotees all over the world, Gurudev had to ponder very carefully whether he was going to do this. Did Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur appoint an acharya? Although that's the system, no, he did not appoint an acharya. But after he departed, their GBC body, which they did form, then they appointed an acharya, which was a big mistake at that time. Or whatever, Krishna's will. So I'm just telling a little bit of this history. The point that I'm trying to make is that, for example, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, he was there when our Prabhupada departed. He was on the planet, And then many devotees began to come to him, and so many questions were asked from him. And he did his best to try to support and to try to help the mission, that it would not break apart suddenly after Prabhupada leaves and so forth. But Srila Sridhar Maharaj, when the situation arose that he became, in their eyes, he became an adversary. Okay? And they banned him, and they banned anyone from going to him. This is after they themselves going to him for over a period of years, consulting with him. Anyway, that's a whole history, which books are written already, and many more will be written about that. And probably I'm going to write one as well. But my point is, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, at that time, when the banning took place, and there were many Prabhupada disciples who came to him, and he also gave sannyas to a number of them, and there was quite a cluster of such devotees, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj encouraged them. He said, you should form your own society. You should form, amongst you should form your own mission. And you should go on with the preaching mission of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, like that. This is your friend. What's your name, Prabhu?
Aditya.
Aditya, okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, so then what happened was that Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj encouraged them. He was not looking to become an acharya. He was not looking for that. He did not want to do that. So he told to them, all of you are traveling, you're all over the world, you're traveling, you're preaching, you're meeting so many people. Those people have faith in you. So you should initiate them. That's what he gave the instruction to them. He also did not ever oppose our Srila Prabhupada's giving his instruction that his disciples, after he leaves this world, they can also initiate. He never opposed that. Neither did Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj ever have any problem with that. But it was only when the opposition, when they saw as opposition, and then the Maha Aparads came. But I'm not going into that topic. I'm just talking about Guru Tattva here, which is what Srila Gurudev and Jiva Goswami are speaking about, is Guru Tattva, the principle. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj told them that you should initiate. And then he told them, if in some rare case where you have a person, they cannot accept you as their guru, you bring them to me and then I will give initiation. But I want to only be Siksha. I want to give Siksha to all. That's all. Alright, so what did Srila Narayan Maharaj do? He completely supported. Prior to their opposition to him, for 6 years they came to him and he gave them lecture classes on the books they were requesting him to educate them on. We have all of the recordings of those classes. They appreciated so much. They even performed Guru Puja to him, telling him, we consider you to be directly like representing Srila Prabhupada. So that went on up until 1995. But Srila Narayan Maharaj, when people came to him, and devotees did start to come to him, Western devotees especially, but even Indian devotees, began to come to him and request him that they want to accept him as guru. He said, no, you should stay there in ISKCON. You take initiation from Tamal Krishna Maharaj, this or that. He had no objection at all. So my point that I'm making is that in the continuation of the Guru Parampara, that's why we have the Bhagavat Parampara. What is the Bhagavat Parampara? What is it? It's an amazing entity. And Jiva Goswami has thoroughly explained. There's Pancharatrik, and then there's Bhagavat Parampara. Pancharatrik Parampara is where there's the general system of initiation and so forth. It includes also Siksha. So that's Pancharatrik. And that can go on for hundreds of years. It may even be unbroken, or it may be broken. But that system continues in this world. And even in the Varnashram system, it becomes a little bit watered down in the form of the Kula Guru, family gurus and all of this kind of thing. That's going on. But what is the Bhagavat Parampara? This is so significant. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has given us the names of the Guru Parampara in the Bhagavat Parampara. He wrote both in Bengali and in Sanskrit the Guru Parampara songs. And what is the significance of Bhagavat Parampara? Well, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj gave a very nice example when he explained it. He said, just like in the field of science, and research and experimentation over, dozens and hundreds of years, there are prominent personalities like Einstein or whatever. They made major contributions to the thought processes of the continuation of the scientific line of thought. Okay? They are prominent. But in between, there were many other scientists. They're not mentioned. But only those who made major contributions. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj gave this example that the Bhagavat Parampara is something like that, in the sense that only those who are exalted Mahabhagavat, fully realized personalities, who contributed to the continuation and gave that addition to the whole continuation of the Guru Parampara. So they may even be separated by 100 years. But yet, it's a disciplic line. Why? Because the conception is being preserved perfectly in the Bhagavat Parampara. It is not being deviated from. And all Siksha is also there. Diksha also takes place there. But the significant point is that the disciplic line is not, by time, it's not necessarily completely unbroken. And this is where the opponents of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, they start to criticize. Oh, you see, between this one and like this. But Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he said there could be so many different gurus in between, and even lady gurus and family gurus and this and that, but they're not given much significance at all in the Bhagavat Parampara. Okay? So the thing is that our gurus of the modern day, of this era, within the last 100 years, 150 years, this system has become very perfectly presented to the world. Our Srila Prabhupada is the one who took this Bhagavat Parampara to the world. He didn't bring a kula, like a family sampradaya, not at all. He brought Bhagavat Parampara. And his Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, even though he's the direct, son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but he's not being counted in that way. He's being counted in the Guru Parampara as being exalted pure devotee descended from Goloka Vrindavan, these personalities. So they are very rare. And from time to time, Mahaprabhu sends such individuals to this world, and they make major contributions. But in our Guru Parampara that we have on our altars, whether it's Gaudiya Mat or whether it's ISKCON, or all those personalities are Mahabhagavat Vaishnavas. Then up to the present day, now there's some adjustment. Some adjustment is coming there. And that adjustment is acceptable. Why? for the continuation of the preaching mission. But there may be some flaws. Not maybe, there is. And there will also be very unfortunate circumstances where gurus are falling. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, read his book, Sri Guru and His Grace. If you've never read that book, you will be doing yourself a huge favor, because it's probably the quintessential standard of all Guru Tattva is given there. And it's given from the lotus mouth of Srila Sridhar Maharaj to who? All senior ISKCON disciples of Prabhupada who came to him after he departed from the planet. So the Bhagavat Parampara is the significant thing. And how that gets carried on. Now, who has a plan? Who has a plan how this is going to be carried on throughout the world? Well, guess what? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's the one that made all the plans. He's the one that completely changed the Kali Yuga by appearing 530-something years ago and turning it into what? The Danya Kali Yuga. It's not an ordinary Kali Yuga. There are 999 Kali Yugas in every day of Brahma. But only one of them is Danya Kali Yuga, and that's this one. And why? Because Mahaprabhu appeared on this planet. And when Mahaprabhu appeared on this planet, I'm repeating what I've told a number of times, because I heard it directly from Srila Narayan Maharaj, my Siksha Guru. He told, as soon as Mahaprabhu appeared on the planet, what took place in Europe? Renaissance. Renaissance. All new discoveries. Theism. Inspiration. Like this. And what was allowed to take place over the last 500 years? The development of modern Western science and so forth. And even though it's used for tremendously demonic purposes, but it's there, it's allowed by Mahaprabhu. Why? Because without that, how would our acharyas have, first of all, physically gone all over the world, like Srila Prabhupada did? How would our acharyas have communicated? How would they have carried on their mission and developed their mission from little sprouting little fledgling disciples, and how Srila Prabhupada wrote so many letters, telephone conversations. And that's all gone on. And in the last 3-4 decades, then modern science has developed into everything. All the telecommunications and computers and artificial intelligence, everything. But there's a plan. Mahaprabhu has a plan. And that is that this is all going to be destroyed. Srila Prabhupada told that. Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj also told that. Great personalities have told. This period now coming in the next 20 to 25 years into the 2040s. This is the period of complete change. Absolute complete change. Prabhupada said, all these big cities, they'll be gone. Now, it's hard for us to imagine because we've become so accustomed to the way things are. But don't forget, Srila Prabhupada told there will be massive war. Srila Vamana Maharaj told 2/3 of the world's population will die by 3 different causes. By what? First one, war. Second one, natural catastrophes. Third one, pestilence, disease, and so forth. That's coming. Why? Because it has to be cleaned. The cleaning is going on. And Mahaprabhu is also sending already. He's sent, and many more are being sent into wombs that are going to play major roles. Jivas who are very advanced. Even there will come from Goloka. There will be more personalities that will be appearing. So this Krishna consciousness movement is unstoppable. Unstoppable. It will never be stopped. It's Mahaprabhu's own manifestation of this movement. So the great acharyas have come. The Bhagavat Parampara acharyas have come. And everyone else who is trying to serve their lotus feet, to serve their order and their mission, they're little tiny servants of them. That's all. So in this way, the Krishna consciousness movement is being spread everywhere. So Jiva Goswami, what is his contribution? I'm summarizing everything and completing today's class. Jiva Goswami also explained that all bhakti is not the same, such as all varieties of water. They are not one and the same. There is clean water, there is purified water, there is contaminated water, sewage water, and so forth. Jiva Goswami examined all these issues in depth in his Sandarbhas, which one must read in order to understand the true nature of bhakti. So thus, by regularly hearing the knowledge delineated in these books, and by associating with advanced Vaishnavas, one's bhakti will gradually become Uttam Bhakti. Srila Jiva Goswami described at length the 5 types of prem, Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, especially emphasizing Gopi Prem and explaining the sadhana for achieving it. And much of this also came in his Gopal Champu, which was a very philosophical book. So Srila Jiva Goswami wrote that book. Jiva Goswami wrote that book in Goloka Vrindavan. And then he gave it to this world. He composed so many literatures that we could spend this entire birth immersed in reading them. Moreover, in practicing the sadhana prescribed by them, who knows how many lives we could spend. If we endeavor to enter into these books, and if we examine both the personal conduct and the conceptions of Jiva Goswami, and we try to personally follow them, our spiritual lives will certainly be successful. So, he ends this lecture, may Srila Jiva Goswami be merciful upon us, so we can learn all the instructions he gave in order to perform bhajan purely. Gaur Premanande. Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan ki jai. Shad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Short.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jai Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva
Jaya Gurudeva 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 Jaya Gurudeva
Jaya Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai
Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Jai Shri Jiva Goswami Prabhupada Tirubab Mahamahotsav Titi Ki Jai Jai Shri Jagadish Pandit Ki Jai Tirubab Jagadish Pandit Ki Jai Jai Jagannath Deva Ki Jai Jai Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Sat Sandarbhas Ki Jai Gopal Champu Ki Jai अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल ओम वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सच वचाय नमो नमः वंशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां भवनेभ्यो Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All glory to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.